A few years back, when I was still working as a realtor, something happened that I never could have predicted. I unknowingly helped the man my wife was cheating on me with buy an apartment. I didn't know who he was at the time. He seemed like a regular client. This was all before the pandemic. I was working out of an office, taking on property deals like usual, when one afternoon, a quiet guy came in looking for a studio apartment. He was soft-spoken, polite, didn't raise any red flags. We got along just fine, and before long, I'd found him a decent place and even negotiated a solid discount. I thought that was the end of it. Months later, earlier this year, someone I knew casually mentioned seeing my wife coming out of that same apartment complex, with a man. They were walking side by side, arms linked. Later, the same friend said he saw them again, this time carrying grocery bags. At first I laughed it off. No way, I thought. She was always so busy with work, always on the move. It didn't make sense. But then I remembered something strange. When the pandemic hit, she told me her company had moved everyone to remote work. Nothing too unusual. But she kept getting dressed and leaving the house like she was going into the office. That's when things started not adding up. I couldn't shake the suspicion, so I did something I'd never done before. I found a number for her office and called. The woman who answered was helpful enough, but what she told me left me in disbelief. According to her, the company had gone under a year ago. They'd laid off everyone when they couldn't recover from the financial blow. My wife hadn't worked there in months. That evening, I confronted her. I didn't raise my voice. I just laid it all out and asked for the truth. Her response stunned me. She didn't get angry or even flustered. She looked me straight in the eye and admitted it. She'd been seeing someone else for over a year. I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath my feet. I wanted to scream, but for the sake of our son, I kept it together. I asked her to explain. I needed to understand how she could go on like nothing was wrong. Leaving every day, coming home at night, pretending we were fine. Her reply was so casual, it felt surreal. "What's changed at home?" she asked. I was taken aback, but she had a point. Dinner was still on the table. Groceries were stocked. She still spent time with us in the evenings. But that didn't make any of it okay. She told me she'd found a better opportunity and was working for someone else now. She said she got bored, needed something different, something exciting, but claimed she still fulfilled her duties as a wife and mother. That was enough for her. She insisted there was no need to stir the pot. Then she walked out of the room like nothing had happened. I couldn't let it go. I followed her and told her flat out. This wasn't something we could ignore. I couldn't live a lie. Not even for our child. It wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about dignity, about sanity. My friends knew. They'd seen things. Staying silent would have meant letting myself be humiliated. We talked for hours that night. Eventually, we both admitted it was over. We agreed to separate. She would keep our son for now, and I would move out. We planned to tell him it was just a temporary thing, a fight, nothing more, until we figured out how to explain the truth. Predictably, things didn't go smoothly for her after I left. All the things I used to handle, especially around our son's routine, became her responsibility. He started telling me how she was constantly stressed, struggling to keep up. She was around all the time but couldn't manage her schedule. Everything seemed to fall apart. And the man she left me for? He started drifting away. Their meetings became less frequent, and he lost interest. My son, seeing how things were at her place, eventually asked to live with me. He said I understood him better, kept things steady. It didn't take long for that switch to happen. Later, I found out she'd taken a massive loan to help that same man, bought him that apartment I helped him find. The irony was hard to ignore. In the end, she was left juggling the fallout, drowning in debt, and dealing with a life she chose but couldn't control. It felt like the universe had handed her exactly what she had coming.